start with Bitcoin first. Okay, since it's the major crypto, then we go to Ethereum and then we go to the alternate coins. Now my sentiment is still bearish. Okay, I'm going to show you all why. Okay, it can still go a little bit up, but very unlikely that it will continue climbing. You can see 1 hour is overbought already, right? Okay, initially, and then in terms of the money flow index, that means the volume of traders, it was very high. It's still on the positive side because the money flow index is still above 50. Okay, above the 50 range, so there are still buyers in this trade right now lah. Okay, you can see stochastics has started to fall down. Okay, because of the stochastics, right, it seems like it can still go up. Okay, because you can see here, if it's crawling, right, if it's crawling down, that means it's not an impulse down. More likely than not, it can still possibly go one more up after diving, crawling down to somewhere around this range here. Okay, so this is definitely bearish for short term. Okay, so it's probably going to go to this level here, and then this could be a structure level here, previous resistance, downturn, support. Okay, but generally whether or not this support can bounce off again to launch off, it's a different question. It could actually just do this. Okay, because previous support now become resistance, right? It could just do this. Okay, so just be I wouldn't really wanna be buying anything. Shorting is the only direction I will do for crypto now. Okay, but in any case, what I see here, okay, so just take an example for this area here. Okay, based on historical chart patterns, right? Okay, this one we actually have ourselves a very, you can see the trend line here, the pivot point here, starting from this point here. Okay, so the market broke out from this trend line. Okay, the market broke out from here, retested here. Okay, because it couldn't retest earlier one. I mean, the initial one that I put out was pretty, it wasn't like super good lah, but it was something like that. The very first one that I sent out, right? Okay, something like that is not the nicest, and the reason why is because in terms of cutting through the support and resistance structure level. Okay, let me zoom in here. Okay, you can see down here in terms of actual touch points, it's not very strong line in that sense, but this area here, I believe is once it break out here, it's creating maybe a flat pattern or something, so it could still go up. Okay, but from my point of view, it wouldn't be a very strong up as well lah. Okay, in any case, this goes up, where will it go to? This is an impulse. This could be a very small flat pattern or pennant pattern on a 15 minutes chart, right? So the consolidation here, so the flagpole is just like that. Okay, in which after that we should be looking for a bearish movement. Okay, so in any case, this is how it will look like lah. So somewhere around here. Okay, so in terms of my second assumption, right, in terms of the next touch point, which is I'm just aligning everything into a solid support level here. Okay, meaning to say that support, 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 and now resistance, right? Because it goes through the support level. So just this trend line alone. Okay, but generally what we have here is something that has happened multiple times in the past. Okay, we could be seeing something like down here. Okay, so you see this area here, we're just aligning this area. Let me pull out one more. Okay, and if you want a very big one, then it's this whole line here. So in terms of structure level, even if we move it to this point here, that means we cut through the support resistance level. Okay, you can see, so the market could do something like that. This is the ideal, the current position that I have in mind of the market doing something like that. but in any case this is probably going to consolidate upwards. Okay, so in a very short time frame perspective, right, there's actually this rising expanding wedge lah. Okay, in which the market, bounce, they did this. Okay, then here breakthrough, retest, and then continue downwards. Okay, so right now in terms of Bitcoin, the current market pricing, I am looking for something similar lah. Okay, so that's why I'm not, my perspective is this is not a bullish market at all. Market has been overbought at these two levels. Then we go to 4 hours, it's currently sitting on the overbought levels now, but I can see here in terms of buying volume, it's not a lot also. Okay, so this is a volume indicator lah. So this volume indicator is, as long as above 50, then the sentiments of the market is more is on a bullish market. Okay, if it's below 50, then it's more of a bearish market in terms of buying power and selling power. Okay, volume and then if it's over this price point, again it's the same, it's overbought. Okay, if it's underneath, then it's oversold. Okay, so it's very similar, but it's not to understand trend, it's to understand the volume of traders lah. Okay, or the trading positions, whether is it more of a buying market or a selling market. Okay, but in any case right now, in terms of what I see, we should be seeing this on a very bearish movement soon. Okay, now we can even look into, okay, let me just I think I plotted it out quite some time back, but I can't remember how I do it. Okay, okay, so if it goes up a little bit more, it's, to me it's just squeezing up. Okay, but to me this point here, it's not a very nice rising wedge lah, but it is still nonetheless a rising wedge. Okay, I moved this earlier, but let me just move it back. So my sentiments for this is just creating or reaching out to this rising expanding wedge. Okay, and in fact, in terms of the chart analysis, how many times did this pattern happen? Okay, we look back here. Okay, something like that. You can see this one looks like a flag, right? Okay, or pennant lah, but in the end the market went down anyway, right? But right now the market momentum is here. The idea again is that the market has really tested to key levels. Okay, at this point, initially it was something like that, then it was consolidating downwards, right? But generally, if we look at the chart pattern, it's actually like that. Okay, so the market did this bearish movement. Okay, and then go down. Okay, but this one a bit big. I would say it's a lot bigger than the previous one. So it didn't really go all the way down to this point here. In fact, what happened next was that market went up, test back the same structure level, and then plunged back down to the bottom level. But in any case, the flat pole is somewhere around here lah. Okay, but it will start from half lah, because this is megaphone, right? So megaphone, usually we have the market starting from this point here. So if this is 100%, we take 80% from the 100% from the center of the megaphone itself. So somewhere around here, and in this case here, we end up hitting the take profit below if we are shorting the market lah. Okay, so in any case, the current market condition, it's not the first time I can see a structure level here, right? Okay, then the market retested and it went down. Now unfortunately for this part here, it didn't go all the way down, but then that's because of the larger time frame sentiments. Okay, the larger time frame actually explains why it's not oversold. It's actually near the it's not overbought, but it's near the oversold level. That's why it went down. But in this context here, we are actually on overbought levels on a 3 months time frame. Okay, initially it was overbought already lah. Market crossed down. Okay, so I am not expecting the market to actually go back up. Actually it's on a monthly time frame. Then the 3 months time frame shows that it's more of a bullish on a 3 months lah. But for the time being, my sentiments is still on the downside. So back here again, okay, in terms of Fibonacci retracement, even if I do a Fibonacci retracement from this point here up, right, we don't actually hit the 0.786. Okay, and again for Fibonacci, in terms of cryptocurrency, more often than not they hit 0.786. So again, my bias, this is key level down here. Okay, so I am expecting here, but this is on the condition I take the nearest impulse. Okay, but if I'm going to take from the lowest point right down here, okay, then the 0.786 is here, okay, down this point here, in which I would hit somewhere around this. I could even touch until this level here lah. But at this point here, I would hit my EMA 100 as well, okay, which is more of my current perspective lah. So the market from here should go down and then create this flag pattern here, bullish flag. But right now, you see the problem is this, is that we don't really have a flag pattern. It's just like that, you know. But more often than not, they always do this. Okay, the market will usually do something like that. Okay, so whether is it here, okay, or lower, it's somewhere around this range. Okay, so I would say something like that would be very ideal. Okay, and the other chart that has this similar pattern, I think, would be Tesla. Okay, had the same momentum. Okay, so Tesla one, okay, I go to a daily time frame to compare. Okay, look at the market here. In terms of key level here, you can see structure level is here, right? Ours is down here. Ours is down here, in which we hit our target price. But I did mention down here to buy in and then consider exits at 46k to 51k range, and then we hit the 46k range, sorry, 46k to 51k range, in which we hit 46k and then I say exit, right? Okay, but the market is still testing lah. But you can see here, the market also tested higher a little bit, but after that what happened, it became very bearish. Okay, and in terms of momentum, okay, and charting, right? Okay, for Tesla we kind of have a pennant. Okay, for Bitcoin it could be a pennant as well lah. It could be something like that lah. Okay, unlikely lah. Okay, I highly doubt so, because it never hit key level, you see. But Tesla kind of, I think Tesla got hit 0.618. Let me just check. 0.786 maybe. Tesla is also 0.618. So Tesla one is down here. So we will kind of monitor and see whether the market actually, but we are looking for a downside first lah. Okay, so whether the market does this, okay, or does this, right, we will know again later. Okay, but now it's more bearish than bullish lah, and then we'll see how it goes. But in my perspective, more likely it should do something like that lah. In any case, even when I plot the chart like that, right, hitting resistance, support, and support here, it still kind of makes sense to me. So we will see how the market moves from somewhere around this range. Okay, but more likely than not, we should see it reach downwards lah. Okay, for Tesla one, you can see that they are ahead in terms of chart pattern. Okay, and then we see how the momentum from the market goes. If the market started rejecting from here, or creating some sort of support level here, then it probably will be a pennant, something like that. Okay, then we should be buying around this price here lah, 25k ish. Okay, 24k ish, 25k ish, which then this is like a this range here lah. Okay, somewhere around this, somewhere around here. Okay, it's not really a key level, but you can see Tesla also did the same thing. But Tesla one had a few structure levels created already, okay, which is this point here. Okay, down here, and then after that all these points here as well. So ours is somewhere here. In any case, it goes lower lah. Okay, so this somewhere around this point here. So we kind of need to wait and see how it goes, and then we see whether the market is oversold. If it's oversold, then we maybe might consider some buy positions here already. Okay, for Bitcoin is down here lah. Okay, if it's oversold around here, but in any case, right now it's overbought lah. Okay, so I am expecting some sort of short selling all the way until here, at least to 25k, and then we see how it goes from there. Okay, so this is Bitcoin sentiments. Now, let's look at that Ethereum. Any questions so far? right? Yeah, going through all the Bitcoin crypto first, guys. Okay. So after the crypto, then I will move into this stocks. Okay. So okay, now I'll go into Ethereum. Okay. Okay, similarly we have the same level. Okay, the key level is down here, it has not been tested. Ethereum a bit more unique because Ethereum one I'm looking at it right now. I never see it yesterday. Yesterday I never even see charts, but this is actually quite a bullish movement. Okay. This is quite a bullish movement, so we could see the market actually springing up a little bit more. Okay, it's not going to be very high I would say somewhere around here is feasible. Okay, so again we cannot see it here. Okay, but I'm pretty sure on a shorter time frame it's actually a flag pattern or something, or a pennant. Okay, so the flag pole is here. Okay, I'm just going to accommodate to this whole point here, and then it's something like that. Okay, so in any case, here. Okay, you and your mic yeah, so I'll put it somewhere around here. So 3,400 could be a feasible amount that Ethereum can reach. Okay, any higher than that, I mean, although there's a very a nice flag pole here as well, you can see this point here, right, and then there's the consolidation here. But because this is the second half of the pole, okay, so I wouldn't really want to take too much hope on it so I'm just going to be very conservative, somewhere around here, or even the highest the highest Ethereum I would say is now somewhere around here. Okay, in any case, and then we'll be looking for a downside. Okay, but if Ethereum rejects from here, right, actually the chart pattern will be quite jialat one. Okay we will just wait and see for this. Actually both of them. Okay, but in any case Ethereum also should be something. Because I think Ethereum and ADA move very similar. And then Bitcoin and Doge all that move very similar. Okay. But yeah, but y'all will see in a while Ethereum I don't think it will reach it went all the way back to 1,000 before. Oh heaven, 1,700. Yeah, that means it could reach to 1,000 and potentially even 900 range. Okay I don't think 900 I think it's very unlikely. 900 down here 1,300. Yeah, 1,300 is feasible, which will then hit this level here okay, this point here. Okay, then this would be the optimal price to buy in for Ethereum. I honestly doubt that it will just blow up like that again, monthly time frame, it's overbought like crazy. Okay, it needs to range down a little bit. Okay, and then we'll see how it goes. Anyway, in terms of reversal pattern, Ethereum don't really have a reversal pattern it's just that it never really test the structure level here. The only time it tested was here, right? But all this point it didn't really test until the structure level here, so I am expecting a pullback to here. Okay, many stocks chart has done this, many cryptocurrency has done this, so they always pull back to a certain structure level, and in even forex and things like that. So we kind of need to see it, or we're kind of expecting it to pull back to a structure level. I think Tesla itself is similar to that of Amazon. So the market did not really pull back to a structure level. Okay, but I think stocks is a bit more in terms of momentum wise. If they build very strong momentum, they might not pull back and touch, or they are very close to that level So in this case, Tesla 0.618, it kind of rejected up already and then break out from this area here, so we should be seeing Tesla move upwards, more upwards okay, because this is a panel here. Okay, but in any case, Ethereum should be looking for a down from 3,400 ish, around there. Okay, this is 3,600. Should Ethereum reach 3,600, then we will be looking for the rejection there so if in any case, because again the market hasn't closed yet, right, so we cannot we cannot assume that this is the highest. So it could go higher than that and things like that, but again oversold overbought levels lah. So I'm just giving it a more allowance in terms of key levels down here. Okay, but from my point of view, I think something like that is more feasible lah. Okay, something along this line here, somewhere around this level here. Okay, because this is where the impulse sell came in, right? So there should be a lot of holding positions down here. A lot of sell positions haven't actually triggered. But in any case, it goes higher. Then this is where the secondary sell position somewhere here. Yeah, this point here. So 3,700.
You hope you are recording, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah, so somewhere around here, 3,700. So why 3,700 again? This is the last buy position. That means a lot of short positions down here as well. So if the market goes higher, then it's somewhere here lah. If it breaks above this level here, unlikely but possible. So nonetheless, we want to consider those areas. Let me just measure this out. Oh yes, it's actually possible to reach there. 3,700. But I wouldn't want to take the risk lah, because you see again your risk to rewards down here you buy it, then you only earn from here to here, then later the market go all the way down. To me not worth lah. Okay, so again my bias on this is short in terms of long term perspective. Short term perspective, then it's very nitty-gritty lah, so we have to like go 15 minutes chart and then see whether there's any continuation pattern to go up. Down here there is lah, so I'm pretty sure that in terms of short term we should be seeing higher positions lah, maybe 3,400, 3,500 to potentially 3,700. Okay, but again, I'm not a fan of trading short term like until here, then later the market crash, because sometimes it will just go down. Okay, so I will just wait lah. Okay, or I'll only open sell positions lah in this case here. So let's go to BTT. Okay, ADA USD, since everybody's talking about it. Okay, honestly, in terms of why the pump so high, I also don't know. Okay, but I believe that this is still, in terms of target price, I believe they can reach lah. Okay, but I don't think, you can see that they already exceeded, like ADA already exceeded the in terms of like the structure levels here, right? You can see that this is the high position already. If ADA break past this level here, which is where the previous green candlestick came, and then the big where the red candle came, the bearish market came. Okay, so this is the point where a lot of sell positions are supposedly down here lah. But in any case, if ADA don't get rejected, okay, then we should be reaching to our target price at 255 first, okay, and then potentially $3.20 lah. Okay, but I think $3 range is good enough. Okay, but in any case, this is a flat pole, okay, but not a very nice one lah. But you can see lah, they are very ADA and Ethereum is like very similar. Okay, okay, in terms of chart pattern, right? Okay, so but to me, why I don't see this Ethereum going higher and versus why is because again in terms of the chart analysis pattern, there is no, this is a pennant or falling wedge, but this one not this one is an impulse here okay, so something like that we cannot do like that. Okay, this is wrong lah. Okay, want to do like that also very hard lah, because we don't really have there's a very huge gap down here. So if I do something like that, at least to me it doesn't make sense lah. Okay, but ADA and Ethereum is the closest one that I can see in terms of chart patterns lah. Okay, but in any case, probably even if Ethereum drops a little bit or drops more, right, to create that flat pattern, okay, if ADA breaks out from this flat pattern already, you can see so if ADA breaks out from this already, right, it's very unlikely that ADA is going to do a very huge flag like that lah. Okay, very unlikely, okay, that it will do something like that. Again, it's unlikely doesn't mean it's not possible. So just because right now I wouldn't be buying into ADA at this point of time because it's overbought like crazy, right? So this is something that to watch out lah. Okay, so those that are in ADA, just be very careful. Okay, it could just collapse lah. Okay, in any case, and this is daily time frame, right? Monthly time frame wise, okay, the good thing about monthly time frame and why I say ADA in my point of view is not very strong for upside versus Bitcoin and the others, right? It's because ADA actually never retest to structure levels. Okay, they never even retest to okay lah 0.618 long. I think that's the only level, but that is considering that I did not take from the body of the tail of the candlesticks lah. I'm taking from the tail from the lowest to the tail point of the highest. Okay, but usually I will take from here like that. Okay, more often than not I'll do it something like that. Then after that I expect the market to go somewhere around here or here. Okay, but you can see that ADA has no momentum or no historical data. That means because it started like last year or early this I think late last year, right? Yeah, so I don't believe that but you see this Ethereum actually has really historical data. So in terms of historical data wise, I believe that Ethereum can still go down to test the historical chart, the historical price, because ADA is the historical price is really tested a few times already. So, but their chart pattern is very similar to each other. That's why I just want to point out. But it doesn't mean that they will be aligned in terms of how the market moves straight away lah. Okay, so some of the example is like Bitcoin and Ethereum supposedly move aligned in same alignment, but then in terms of chart pattern they are like totally orthodox one. They are not the same. Okay, but when they crash very similar to each other. Okay, so in any case ADA is still overbought. I wouldn't be jumping into them anytime soon. But in any case, if let's say I entered down here, I would just cash out down here. Okay, and then I'll see whether it can reach $3 after it breaks out from this point here. Actually, this point here would be a very important area lah. Okay, and then but just looking at this, I would say it's quite scary to hold this. Okay, yeah, let's monthly perspective. Okay, no data to show lah. Weekly perspective. Also nothing much honestly. Okay, this crossover up from the stochastics looks good lah. Looks good for potentially until $3. Okay, yeah, I would say it's possible for $3 for ADA. But I would be in terms of daily time frame, I would consider taking out some positions lah. Okay, if you want to be conservative, and again it depends on where you buy it lah. Okay, whereas you can see here for Ethereum, right, on a weekly time frame they are not as healthy as ADA. Okay, let me just pull out ADA and Ethereum here. Okay, wait, let me change this to Ethereum, and I'll go to weekly. And these are ADA. Okay, looking at you see here on ADA, in terms of their stochastics weekly time frame is actually quite healthy because it just crossed over. But also for Ethereum, weekly also not bad. Yeah, actually their weekly Ethereum also not bad. Actually Ethereum weekly not bad also. Yeah, but I still wouldn't be Ethereum wise. I'm still quite bearish on this lah. In my opinion lah. Okay, because you can look here lah, the same pattern here. See how green this is and then how green this is, right? This is a smaller version of this. Okay, like this is the only chart pattern that we have right now lah to go about. So let's say for instance we go and look at this. Okay, I go back to Ethereum a little bit more to emphasize. Okay. You can look at the in terms of chart pattern here, a historical chart pattern, everything is very similar. So at this point here, you know, market key levels, this is the key level down here lah. Okay, ours went and exceeded, this one didn't exceed lah. Okay, but this is the so-called twin head lah. Okay, so you can see here, this is how the market moved. Okay, for this, so I would still expect this momentum to come back down okay, but if I want to cut across structure level, this is resistance, resistance here, support, resistance. Okay, oh, this one actually cannot align. The only alignment is up there. Resistance here, and resistance here. There wasn't any support level lah. But in any case, if it tested here, right, then this is the only support level we have. Okay, which is the center point here lah. Okay, but I would say that again, I wouldn't want to trade this for buy position long term wise lah. Okay, temporary lah. Because I think the momentum for the bullish momentum very strong for very long already. Okay, so I'm expecting some sort of bearish momentum. Okay, for it to come in, and then we'll see how the market goes. But in any case, still continue climbing, right? The pullback level should be somewhere around here until 2,700. Okay, then maybe from here we see how the market move, whether is it doing something like that and then go up. Yeah, I think at least until like that lah. Okay, to this point here. In any case, this is the bare minimum I can think of, but the bearish momentum is definitely coming up. Okay, because you can see there's no actual pullback levels down here. You can see all the time there's a very strong pullback level. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I go to the next one which is Doge coin. Since I'm also holding this quite a big amount. Okay, Doge one kind of, you can see really tested structure levels lah. Unfortunately, Doge did not test to the 0.786 as well. 618. Oh, actually, for the long term one, they test until 0.618. Never test until the 786 level. I'm pulling this up to for the daily time frame lah. Okay, and then we hit 0.786. I mean, I'm pretty confident for Doge to go up lah. Much more than ADA initially. I mean, my sentiments is still the same lah. Doge will reach $1. ADA will still reach $3. It's just a matter of time. Okay, but Doge one is actually very nice pennant pattern here lah. Okay, or falling wedge here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing the aggravation but if I want to really squeeze in, then it's gonna be like that and then like that. Okay. Okay, then this is like the proper squeeze lah. But in any case, this is creating a head and shoulders, which I think I did mention it the last time as well. This is the lower part of the time frame. Okay. This is a potential reversal pattern. Okay. Should Doge come back down, then it's like that lah. Okay, but it may not even come back down. Okay. If it doesn't come back down, it's fine. It's just a very small shoulder down here, something like that. Because you can cut through the inner head level to find the second shoulder. Then the first shoulder, this is the inner head level, and then the second shoulder is here. So it's a very ugly head and shoulders here. Okay, but in any case, the momentum is more bullish right now. Okay, for Doge, because the reversal already come in already. Well, else for Bitcoin and the others, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they actually never do a proper pullback lah. Okay, so that's why my in terms of those two major cryptocurrency, I would still say it's quite bearish. Okay, but Doge all this is quite bullish already I don't expect to like do a very huge flat pattern here. It's impossible lah. Okay, I mean, sorry, cannot say impossible lah. Anything is possible, but the idea is that if it does something like that, right, that means in any case it should reach until here, and then we want to be uh, having some considerations to see whether the market goes up or goes down from here, from this point on, okay, which is the 43 cents area here. Okay, if the market from here then go back down, right, then it's like a super huge flag, but I don't think it's possible lah. It's too low already. Let me just check this out. Yeah, it's very unlikely lah. Let me just arrange this. Yeah, I doubt so lah. Okay, it's very unlikely. It's like very off also lah. Okay, so I think my sentiments for this is still like that. 100% here. Okay, 100% up. So this is my flagpole. You know, this is my first half, right? So in terms of first half wise, this would be my first half. Okay, then my full pole is actually like all the way until 81 cents here. Then if I do my Fibonacci extension, okay, must be on point now for the pullback. Okay, I would say somewhere around here is okay, I don't need to move lah. Yeah, so the gray zone is here, which is the first safe take profit lah. The secondary safe take profit is down here. Sorry, not secondary safe take profit. The second take profit is the blue zone here. Okay, $1.40. I see it is feasible. Okay. Anyway, in terms of countries adopting Dogecoin, I can't remember what's the country. I think Brazil started taking Dogecoin as a currency. So they can pay using Dogecoin already. Like I think most of the fast food chains there can do it now. Yeah, maybe y'all can do a bit of research on that. Okay. Yeah. So now let's go to the next one, which is XRP. Okay. Drink some water. XRP sentiment seems very similar to Doge. Okay. In terms of the 100% flat pole here, 100% up. Okay. Well, but XRP I didn't see until all this lah. Okay, but they have a very nice. It's not very nice lah, but it's not so bad. Oh, actually XRP on. I think XRP on might phase out here. Okay, but in any case, it's not. They did do a retracement. Okay, so let's just check the retracement levels first. Okay, in terms of chart pattern, we already have a very nice pennant falling wedge here. But let's look at the retracement levels, whether they actually retrace to 0.76. Okay, which they did lah. Okay, and then they hit key levels down here when they retrace. Okay. Even for the 618, you see, even the 618 when they retrace, they still break below. Okay, so just saying again in terms of examples, whether is it Bitcoin or Ethereum, they can, and more often than not, they will go and break below. Okay, the 0.786 level. Just not drawing it properly lah. Okay, but it's something like that. Okay. So it's just that XRP have this area here lah, which I seriously don't like it lah. Okay, in any case, it looks like if there is a claw down, that means this one already finished, right? This momentum already finished. This is the impulse up, this is the impulse up, and then consolidate again. Then if XRP don't impulse up, break out, and then continue onwards, right? Then this is probably a long-term corner. Okay, unlikely but possible. Okay, what I mean by long-term corner is because it doesn't. This area here is supposed to be. I'm expecting a huge impulse up lah. Okay, to somewhere around the 250 range, potentially $3 lah. Okay, yeah, I'm expecting somewhere around this point here. But if in any case it doesn't, right? Then I don't see the market recovering. So why do I perceive this? Is again, I don't have factual historical data here. But I can see that in terms of head and shoulders pattern, there is a possible head and shoulders pattern here. Okay, in any case, projected assumed data, right? I think weekly chart I can draw it. I mean I can put it. Okay, so assumed data would be something like that. Okay, at least close up the head and shoulders here lah. So assuming that this structure level, okay, then that means it's down here lah. Okay, somewhere here. Here makes sense as well lah, because you can see that this is where the support level is for the chart. Down here. Okay. Support, and then resistance here. Okay, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. If the market break out, then we can see the market doing this potentially like that. Okay, and then it goes higher. Okay, but in any case, this is what I perceive the market to do. You can see the momentum in terms of this. There is a momentum here as well in the past. Okay, very ugly one, but this is the momentum here. Okay, something like that. Alright, this whole area here, I mean this part here is actually this part here. Alright, so in any case, I still believe that this can still go higher to close up the whole entire shoulder here lah. Okay, and then we see how it goes, which is actually this whole area here that they are forming is actually this whole area here lah. Okay, down this part here, which we do not have data of. So everything right now, I'm assuming that it could be a head and shoulders pattern lah, on a very large time frame. Okay, in any case, you can see here, actually trading volume not so high now. Yeah, but you can see that it's oversold down here oversold as well. So, and the market crossed upwards at this point here, right? And then now it's again, those that attend for the course, you all would know that in terms of momentum, the RSI, okay, is above 50, which I did mention before. If it's overbought and then it comes back down, usually it will bounce off, because this is the buying range right now, right? So I'm still looking for upside lah, all the way until here, $1.80 around there, or $1, I would say lah, somewhere around $1.70 onwards lah, 60 cents onwards. Okay, for XRP to reach, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, and then we look at BTT USD. Yeah, I did mention to stack some positions here lah, quite some time back. If those of you that stack here, right, wow, I think this one, actually quite a lot of them can stack lah at that point of time. But then the BTT one, I sent out like quite confidently lah. Okay, they're falling wedge here very nice lah, I think on the daily time frame. Okay, some of my friends really like, they cash out lah, but I told them, say, from here actually they can still buy, can still aim higher, but I think they already cash out down here at this point here. Structure level, previous structure level is here. Okay, now can buy in or cannot lah. Okay, I mean not say cannot, but I wouldn't buy in at the moment. Again, always see your RSI, stochastics. If it's overbought levels, try not to buy in from there lah, because very risky. Okay, let it pull back, then you buy in. So let it pull back to the 50 range of RSI, and then you all can buy in. Okay, previously it was in the oversold range. Okay, sorry, the selling range, the bearish range. Right now we're looking at the bullish range. So the market come back down. RSI wise, we are somewhere around like that. It would more likely that bounce off the buying side. Okay, in which we will see more buying pressure down here. Okay, structure level wise, this whole area here is a resistance. Okay, as long as it breaks above this level, we should be looking at the take profit from our flagpole height lah. So if 100% is here, if this whole thing is 100%, okay, we should see the market reach to 14 cents. Shit, actually this one, if buying from here, the multiplier very high. This is 10 times the amount, 100 times, 10 times. Yeah, but BTT I believe long term will be way higher than this lah. Okay, I mean BTT is BitTorrent lah. Okay, BitTorrent has been around since 11 years, more than 20 years already. I think when I primary school they heard of BitTorrent already. So if those that heard of torrent BitTorrent, I believe that if it can last that long, I think the cryptocurrency got quite a strong community to support it lah. Okay, yeah, then let's look at mana. Okay, unfortunately mana wise I don't really like the market movement. Okay, I don't like the idea of the consolidation here. Okay, but at the same time I don't like it because it looks like a rising it looks like a rising wedge. It also looks like a ascending triangle, and I don't like trading the ascending triangle. Okay, which is something like that, because I have so many experiences of ascending triangle, doing a lot of fake outs, breakouts, and then like example they say that ascending triangle is supposedly a reversal pattern lah. Okay, but I've seen so many times where ascending triangle does this and then it breaks down. Okay, but it's actually not because it's ascending triangle, it's just because the market because the ascending triangle is the structure level is when it's a horizontal structure level at the top. Okay, something like that. But at the same time, if I'm just counting the body from body to body, then it's like a rising wedge lah. So this is my own conflict of analysis lah. Okay, it's not one of my weakest TA chart pattern. Okay, because I always get confused with this, and I'm not very good at trading the ascending triangle. Sometimes I trade it, sometimes I don't, but it is only when it's very clear cut then I will trade. Okay, so meaning to say the body of the candlestick is here, the body of the candlestick is here, then I would say okay, like something like that. Okay, like something like that I would say is a ascending triangle. Okay, like in terms of the market moving like that. Okay, because the support level is climbing but the resistance is stagnant. Like that I would trade as a ascending triangle. But in any case, in this case here, you can see even the tail here considers itself as a ascending triangle, and it's a bit confusing. But in any case, I just saw the results for this lah. It's actually not as okay. So this one not so bad lah. Okay, because actually if you count the body down here, right? Okay, the ascending triangle is there. Okay, it looks something like that. This one very bad because it did not touch the structure level. But in any case, this is a break, this is a retest, and then this could be the high here. Okay, but ascending triangle, how the breakout in terms of the take profit level, this is the first, this is your half, your first half of the, depending like if there's an impulse, then it's an impulse upwards lah. Okay, but in any case, this is the first half. You do the first half of the breakout. Okay, so the break and retest structure, so somewhere around here. Okay, this is for ascending triangle. If you want to be a bit more conservative, then you don't count the tail here. You don't count the tail in terms of the body. Then you trade to the body to body. I think this would be more feasible now. I mean, this is a more conservative one, and the market is more likely to hit there lah. Now, unfortunately, whether or not we can hit the high point, very difficult to say lah. I don't even think we can. We it really depends again lah. So if we consolidate down here, then we may be looking for upside. Okay, but if it doesn't consolidate, then a bit difficult lah. Okay, but this is very likely to happen. I believe this is where the market will reach first. Then it will reject down here, something like here. So in terms of market movement, right? I believe this is what will happen. Okay. Long term wise, this is what is more likely to happen. But let me just take a snapshot for this. Mana, wow, so long never see this already. And then the last one is, I think it's what's the other one Engine, right? NAG and USD. Okay, very similar to mana. I think they are both what is it called, gaming coins lah, that's why. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they will go up lah, so I'm not so worried for them. Okay, in any case, yeah, it's the same thing lah. This is the ascending triangle, the break and retest. Structure level is down here. Okay, so this is the first take profit. I believe this can go higher lah in terms of this impulse here, but in any case, this is what I'll be looking at. Somewhere around like that here first. Okay, I'm just doing a very short draft but this is the head and shoulders pattern lah. Okay, in any case, yeah, I'm cutting through the inner head level. Okay, then I got this level here. So I believe this is feasible. 100% here, 80% up. We might be looking at higher positions lah, but okay, then also need to go and adjust and calculate lah. Okay, I'm just doing aggregation or something like that. Okay, but I would put my take profit here because this is where the impulse started. Okay, this for engine I think that, sorry, then this is the last one, SOL USD. Okay, if you all got any crypto, shoot it up under Kraken exchange got old data. Okay, wait, I check you have CRO or dot. Okay, oh, I think Jason also asked me for dot the last time. Oh, SOL one super good yeah. Even the crash that time then it rise. Oh, this is the music one by the way. I think there's one more impulse up, then a huge fall. I mean not a very huge one The structure level is down here. This is the market structure down here. Okay, this point and this point, this whole zone here is the market support. So in any case, it climbs one more time, right? I think it's just gonna bounce off this and continue because you have a very nice double bottom here. Okay, not a very nice one, but there is a double bottom here. Okay, this is a break, this is a retest, and then we should be looking for upside lah. I wouldn't jump in for a buy yet. I'll wait for the pullback and then we'll enter from the pullback onwards. Okay. Yeah, I think crypto market sooner or later we can start jumping in again. DOT. Similar to that of the. Oh, this one not so similar. Wait, maybe I don't use Coinbase. Kraken, is it? Wait, you're talking about Polkadot, right? This one, right? Don't really like this one though. This one very similar to Bitcoins I need to wait and see how this goes. Okay, the structure level is on here. Okay, it is similar because Bitcoin also had this. Okay, then they break out. Then the market broke out. Okay, so retest level is down here. I am pretty sure DOT can reach until here. Okay, at the very least, this is the area here we can reach. But I think we reached before there already. I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna get rejected. We're gonna see a head and shoulders pattern incoming. Okay, but in terms of large time frame, like the bigger picture, I would say something like that is feasible. So market is just doing this basically. Then from here, whether it break out or continue one more time down. Okay, but yeah, so this is the key area. Okay, right now down here, possibly a head and shoulders here. Okay, and then we look for an upside. but I think dot long term wise is also quite healthy lah. It's just that everything right now is you can see is overbought lah, so we kind of need to see it short a little bit more and then go up. But looking at all the alternate coins the major coin like Bitcoin, all this, I don't think that they will drop too much really if the correlation is strong lah. Again, I'm not very certain of cryptocurrency correlation. Okay, I only know when Bitcoin fell that time, everything fell. Okay, I don't think this time round I will fall tremendously, but there will be a short fall down here. Okay, to this point here. I think at the very least 24k, and then we'll be looking for upside. Okay, that's the very least. But if it breaks lower than that, then of course we're going to see the flat pattern lah. Okay, but in this case here, this is a pennant pattern. But we could be looking at a flat pattern long term. If it breaks lower than that, then this is the level here. Okay, so we will monitor and see how Bitcoin goes lah. Of course, actually there's a way to know it constantly one. That means just trade short term or but I can tell you trade short term we don't have time for me to send out analysis signal unless I just say buy sell, you know, that kind of thing. But I won't send it analysis like write out all this kind of thing then maybe it's possible. Okay, for short term trades. Okay, would see daily time frame, weekly time 15 minutes. Then our entry will be very 15 minutes level. All those like 15 minutes chart lah. Okay. Yeah, but Bitcoin wise, like I say lah, it's not something that I'll be looking at I right now I don't think we can confirm that it's going to go to 15,000 to 20,000. Okay, it really depends. It could be a very huge pennant. Okay, then if it's a very huge pennant, then 25k would be the level that we'll be looking to buy in. Okay, so in any case, in terms of all the alternate coins, I think 25k might be an interest level for Bitcoin, and we'll see how it goes from there. I think in terms of monthly wise, you can see here itself lah, 25k will then hit the 0.618 level as well. Daily time frame. Yeah. Then if there's a 0.618 level, then we could see the market reject from there. Okay. Yeah, I think that's more or less for cryptocurrency. I'm going to stop the recording for this, and then I'll upload it to